Okay, I figured out my key to success, now I'm locked in. I learned how to open doors like a locksmith. I'm uptown, I'm the one they wanna shop with. Run off with the bag even though we don't shoplift. All that gun talk y'all want, I'm not with. It's not cool, everybody got them long clips. You gon' mess around and get one of your dogs hit. And when you do, I hope you know you're not John Wick.
Welcome back. You're not locked in with DK and Atwood. I'm Atwood. Killer to my left here, DK. First and foremost, this is a combat sports podcast. It's mainly what we talk about. But, you know, when big things happen and it's just news.
We got to chat about it.
We got to chat about it. So, obviously, we are going to, I don't know, just chat it up today about old Trump, you know, and the situation that occurred in Pennsylvania last week.
Man, I was at dinner, Megan. Yeah, we were at dinner. And
I was editing the podcast.
I was out of Frank's.
I think. Or I was editing something.
I was out of Frank's, man. And Alex Lee works out there, you know. He comes up, he said, hey. And this is so funny about it. He says, hey, I'm just going to turn on the news. First of all,
I'm at dinner, bro.
I'm like, what news? You know what I'm saying? Turn on the news. What news? You know? So, like, Megan, like, she's like jumps on her phone or whatever, and she's scrolling or whatever, and she's like, I don't see anything. And then, boom, it pops up. Trump was attempted assassination, whatever. And then you're like, he puts it up on the TV, and, you know, you're like watching it, and everybody in the whole restaurant's like watching the TV and everything, put it up on the other TV. And,
dang.
Yeah, man. It was like I was like, this is wild, man. And then, you know, the more time goes on, you start learning a little bit more about things, right?
Yeah.
Things starting to come out. But, like, at the beginning, you know, a lot of people didn't know what to think. A lot of celebrities are like thinking, oh, it's a hoax, you know, to boost his polls and all of it.
Right.
Man, but the dude's just making a big wave right now, right? And so here's where a lot of things start to take place in America. I think us as a whole and as a human society, right, is there's always a big shift in another direction. Eventually, man, I mean, look at, you know, at the whole COVID stuff and the riots and all that stuff, man, that big shift over to a little bit more liberal and, the society and all this other stuff. And now I feel like this big wave's just coming.
Oh, dude, I 100% feel that if there was any doubt that Trump wouldn't win the election, he's winning now.
Bro,
no way.
I got an email. We got an email. We use Sticker Mule. Did you get the email from Sticker Mule to make our stickers? We got to make some stickers, man.
Yeah, I know. We need to make something.
Anyways, we're no affiliation with Sticker Mule, but if you shout out, but hey, we heard you from Locked In podcast.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Anyways, dude, they sent out a mass email and was talking about how we don't support, either side pretty much, but I mean they were weighing really heavy on the Trump side, and with their email talking about we don't support anybody, any death. For anybody, and that's where I'm thinking. I'm like, man, I would never, ever want somebody to try to assassinate Biden, even though I'm like not a fan.
I think that's. Listen, you can be left, right, whatever. I'm
pro-human, man.
Exactly, I'm in the middle.
Pro-human,
right? I don't consider myself left or right. They're both two different wings on the same bird.
We have to look at, man, look at all these other animals that, I get it. There's prey animals that fight for their whatever. Yeah. But then there's like all these other animals that coexist and commingle with each other. And like, when, let's say another wolf is walking along, right? When it sees another wolf, what do you think it does? It doesn't, maybe it fights with it. I don't know. But like it just... Or do they coexist and they're like, what's up, bro? And like they chat it up, yo, food's over here. If like you need, like I just finished this elk down the road, you know what I'm saying? Do they chat it up like that, right? Do they like, do they have this telepathy or anything, how they communicate with each other, or is it like us as a society right now, is where we walk, man, I'm literally walking with my wife and my son in a stroller. This lady's coming. I can see her walking. She's got her headphones in, and she looks like she's in a workout mode, and it's like we're in our neighborhood, and I'm like expecting there to be some type of communication between me and this individual. Hey, hello, how are you? Good morning, whatever. She does not look up. I mean, we literally walk by. I look at her, and I try to make eye contact and say, hey, hello. She's literally walking right by me. Nothing. Nothing, dude. Nothing. And I was like talking to Megan, and she was like, yeah, she did that to me the other day.
She might just be like introverted, not a people person.
We're not either, man. We're not like super, but it's like I'm a polite, I look at it from man, I'm like, hey, what's up, man? I wave at every car that goes by me, too.
Oh, do you?
If I'm walking, right?
Yeah,
and especially if they're polite, they slow down and they kind of get over in the other lane. Get way away from me, too, by the way. Don't drive right past me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
damn Democrats.
Don't drive past me. Anyways, we're just getting on that stand of me.
I feel like I'm the same way. I don't want anybody to die, right? But for somebody to try and do that, it's not. I think it's more so a shot at democracy rather than
as
a shot
a whole.
At a single
You're
person.
exactly right, because I mean, if we look at Trump, you can disagree with his policies or whatnot,
or what he says.
As a whole, man, like America as a whole, did really well under, he ran it more of a business, bro. He was running America as a business, and right now we need that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We need that growth in our economy. We need the inflation to stop, dude, because I don't know, it is affecting people. I see it as a business owner.
It's I mean, you look at everything, right? Like I was just telling you, like cars. Look at the price of cars, groceries, all that stuff. Like it's all.
Well, cars is spiked, and now it's starting to come back down.
It is, but it needs to come back down faster.
I know.
Because I'm running out of time on my Jeep.
Well, here's what's going down. The price is going down. Interest rates going up.
Oh, dude, the interest rates right now on used cars.
Yeah. So people.
It's
so
like
there's
the mid-8s to high 8s.
So So there's this shift now, right? So the banks got to get their money. Different things got to happen.
Yeah.
That's where you're going to see all this stuff from COVID.
Yeah.
If you ever hear the thing, there's no such thing as a free lunch.
Dude,
all the
I'm
money.
glad you brought that up, because that's exactly what my government economics teacher used to teach us.
Yep.
There's no such thing as a free lunch. You might be getting a deal here, and you might not be paying it, but somebody else is.
Holy smokes, man! You all inclusive resort.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's not free. You paid for it, right? It's not free. You're not eating for free.
Yeah.
You think that something has to pay for it down the line somewhere, right? And so we were gifted these thousands of dollars, right? Or I think it was 3,000 total over the year, maybe. Right? In 2020, the relief, the COVID relief, the checks or whatever.
Yes, I don't even remember. It was something like that.
Then all the business relief funds and different things like that. All these things went in, right, to the economy. And now we're giving money to Ukraine, millions of dollars a day.
Billions?
A day. Billions, yes.
Yeah. I don't know about a day, but I know we've sent them billions.
Billions, yes. Sorry. And it just becomes this, why, man? Why? Our economy in America can still be the greatest country on earth, whether you agree or disagree, your country, I'm pretty sure you'll think your country's the greatest country on earth.
Depends.
Depends on where you're at. Yeah. But it's we have a pride as Americans, I served in the military, dude. I was in Baghdad in 2004.
It was pretty bad too, man.
Huh?
That was the ramp
2004 was
I know 2006.
Dude, it was like Mad Max, bro. if you've never seen Mad Max, you need to watch it. And I'm really like speaking out of terms, and like there was people that saw way worse than I saw. I can't hold a candle to or a flame to anybody else, right? Like I was in the Air Force, right? I was on base. I worked in a power plant. I worked on power plant for in the special ops compound as well. So I was around a lot of people. But 2004, we'd have to travel around and stop at these little camps. And these dudes in the Army, man, were, living bare bones, bro.
Yeah.
And welding steel on the side of their Humvees. This is before up-armored Humvees, up-armored trucks, MRAPs, anything like that, right? And these dudes are welding these things on. And I'm just like, bro, wow, that's where we're at as in America's military. We're welding steel to prevent these improvised explosive devices. And this was like the kind of beginning of all that.
Too, yeah.
And IEDs, right? That was
right. Those are.
It was kind of the beginning stages of that,
Right.
right? And the guerrilla warfare, but urban warfare.
Mm-hmm.
Urban warfare is where, man, you got guys driving down the road, and man, they're having to identify if that animal carcass is an IED or not,
Right. Yep.
based on how it is, how it's shaped, do you see anything else around it? The place, it's this road. Wow, why is this fresh concrete right here? Or why is this fresh asphalt? Why is this different colors?
You have to be suspicious about
everything. And you got to think, these guys are in convoys and Humvees driving on the road at 40 miles an hour or however fast. If it's slower, then you're going to get small arms fire.
Right.
And RPG fire from the sides, possibly, right? So you have to move with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? And then you have these truck commanders on the inside, each truck, and then you have a convoy commander as well that's in charge of the whole convoy, and then each truck has its own commander in that as well.
Yeah.
And they're communicating. Each truck commander is on an open line with the truck commander, with the convoy commander, and you're making these things, and then you got people on top in the turrets, and they're identifying things. You got people that's in this sector, and the truck and the convoy commander, he's got to know all this stuff too and be able to communicate that back to.
What a responsibility to have.
Crazy. And then, so that goes into a line of Secret Service.
Yeah.
And the things with the Trump assassination.
Competency.
And
the whole situation is just bizarre, first of all.
The whole situation's bizarre, but we have to, like, the training, right?
Yeah.
Like, I went through a lot of training, and I didn't even do anything, bro. Like, that's why I know, all these things as far as, like, a convoy. It's like, man, I was ready, I was prepared. I went through a lot of training. And, man, it's, in 04, it was just the Wild West over there. And now, the training I went through, I can only imagine what the Secret Service go through. But we have to think, since this kind of like turn of presidency and things, I feel like, and this is in general, since COVID, honestly, man.
COVID changed the world.
The responsibility standard for people has kind of dropped. Because people are looking for people to work.
Yeah.
Right? And they need people to work, and they want to do inclusion and everything else, which is I'm all for, but there still has to be a standard that people can uphold. You can't lower the standard just so that person can make it past, right? If they can't do 10 push-ups, then they can't do 10 push-ups, right? Like if you can the standard is 10 push-ups. If you can do 10 push-ups, you can be on this team.
Yeah.
Right? Or 10 pull-ups, or run a mile and a half.
Let's be
in
honest.
This
the
amount of
physical
time.
standards. Just say if you wanted to join the Marines or the military today, the physical standards aren't that hard. Now, if you Special Forces, it is its own different
the age
entity,
group
right?
now the standard of the age is. Man, when I was coming in the Air Force, you couldn't be I think you couldn't be higher than 27 years old. 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 any older than 27-year-olds could be active duty.
It's like isn't it mid-30s now?
Now it's like, it's like 30 and 40 or something. Man,
Holy
it's like people, like I could join.
Damn.
I think. Pretty sure, man. Like double check that with the Air Force, but dude, they're giving $35,000 if you can go special ops. So.
Yeah, but $35,000 to do special ops.
Yeah.
That's not worth it.
No. Well, I mean, dude, I wanted to go special ops. I was trying to train for special ops. Like, I wanted to be in combat control, which is an air traffic controller, but like.
God, dude, air traffic?
I know, dude.
Dude, you would have no air, bro.
Bro,
like,
you talk about, like, and
gone.
for combat control, they keep you up.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so you go through a hell week and different things like that.
Like
so
12-hour shifts in that.
No, so it's like they'll wake you up in the middle of the night and you have to like call in like this air support and different things like that, and you have to make these close decisions when you've only had like an hour of sleep.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's 3 a.m, you've been smoked, you're up every hour.
It's a different level of stress right there.
So I was I used to do swimming lessons at 5:30 in the morning to prepare for that. But anyways, let's get back on the Trump thing.
Yeah, so it's the whole thing with me. Like, I will say this: I am a conspiracy theorist, but I don't think everything is a conspiracy, right?
Yeah.
But this whole situation is weird to me, and I'm no expert either. But you see the roof the dude was on, like
he was being spotted out for several minutes
by civilians.
By
dude.
civilians.
I've seen that actual video.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's weird that nothing was done about it. Then if this whole story about the dude that shot him, if that's true, apparently he's saying that he told his command about it.
Yeah,
and
he called it in and he didn't get clearance in time.
Right. That they, I guess the rules of engagement in that situation are they have to wait for a shot to be fired, which makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. And then you look at the CIA agent that it was trying to put together a puzzle to even put her gun in her holster. Yeah. That's weird. It's like, why isn't the training there?
Yeah.
A little better. But then one more point, right? Yeah. Then there's a video of the dude that took the shot in a promotional video for BlackRock. And a lot of people don't know about BlackRock.
Man, this is new to me.
You've never heard of BlackRock and Vanguard?
I know what Vanguard is.
So BlackRock is like kind of the same thing. Now,
like a withholding, it's a big.
It's a huge corporation.
Yes, and
now I'm not
they're in charge
expert.
of a lot of other businesses underneath.
Yeah, but they're
umbrella.
also ran by, like, I know the Rothschilds. Maybe they're Vanguard or BlackRock or both.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother conspiracy in itself. Huh?
Bet you Bruce knows.
Probably. But like that's a whole nother conspiracy in itself, and I'm not like 100% like versed on it to like give like a very educated opinion, but it's just weird. And then whenever people start to notice that, because the internet always wins, now the video's gone, and all they have is screenshots of the kid in it, But it's crazy. The whole thing is just very, very weird. And then think about it like this, dude. If that kid would have succeeded,
yeah,
and Trump got shot,
yeah, dude,
the repercussions of that are.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that's gonna we talked about how COVID changed the world as we know it, right?
Yeah, that could definitely, definitely
God,
do it,
dude.
That could definitely 100%.
That could start.
I
don't want to go as far as say civil war, but that could definitely start a civil conflict. You know what I mean? And
there's already an unrest in the American people.
Exactly.
Right? Like me versus you.
Yeah.
To a point to where, I grew up.
Dude, people hate each other just because of who they like, And I think that's one thing that's sad about politics, and that's one reason. Like, I try to know enough about politics to have an understanding of what's
Bill
going
Clinton
on.
Back in the day, we didn't know, my parents didn't really think great of him.
Well, right, but it's probably mainly because
he did 8 years. He was 8 years. Obama did 8 years. George W. Bush, the Bushes did 8 years apiece. We got involved in a major war with both the Bushes.
Yeah, and if we're
Wars
being
with
honest about that,
with Desert Storm,
like that's a whole nother thing too. Like not Desert Storm, but that's a whole other thing. Like, why the fuck were we in Iraq?
oh man, well, I mean, it's a
Think
whole
about
nother
it.
different
Think about
can
it.
of worms.
Think about Dick
you
Cheney,
know?
right? Think about
dude.
Halliburton.
Have you seen Zeitgeist?
I don't think so.
So there's a like conspiracy theory like video, whatever it's called, Zeitgeist. And I was in Iraq. I was in Kirkuk, bro. I'd been just bouncing around, just left Iraq. I mean, just left Afghanistan. And I was in Iraq now. And, I mean, literally left Afghanistan from doing one job. They're like, yo, you want to go to Iraq? I'm like, yeah, let's get out of here, man. I'm sorry. Went to Iraq to Kirkuk. Anyways, over there, and this dude, this is a little bit older than me, he's like, yo, you seen this movie? He's like, Zeitgeist? I was like, no, I never seen it. He's like, I'm not going to say nothing. He's like, just watch it. He said, and then we'll talk about it. And, dude, it just starts off with, like, explosions and stuff like that, and like tanks and the battle in the Gulf, you know, and all these different things, and boom, boom. And then it goes into a lot of other things with the religion that I'm not necessarily agree with everything with the religion part.
Yeah.
But as far as from a money standpoint, yeah, there have been many greedy people in the religion. So, and that's
Absolutely.
and taking
Everything
money
is used
for,
as the weapon. It doesn't matter what
so,
it is.
So it talks
Somebody
a little bit
uses it as
about
a
that, and then yeah, man. I know for a fact, you know, with Halliburton, and you know, he's part of Dick Cheney.
Dude, I think he had like
You know,
ownership in the company.
Yes, and so there's a company called KBR, Kellogg Brown and Root, that used to do a lot of the stuff in the desert. So when we need our meals and different things like that, it would say KBR, and these people would work for KBR out there, and they, you know, feed us our meals. They do a lot of the sanitation. They'd work at the fitness centers and different things like that. Well, it come down the thing that they were overpricing everything to the military. I mean, just like a can of soda, you know, is like, for a can of soda is like $20. You know what I'm saying? And so
sounds like a Jason Aldean concert.
If
you know, you know.
Yeah, I've been there. Been there, bro. But I wasn't drinking Cokes. I wasn't drinking Cokes. Anyways, man. So, you know, man, we ain't even talked about Trump thing, man.
I mean, we did a little bit, but like, so it's just sketchy.
You have to watch. I showed you
Zeitgeist.
the video of the
the
Zeitgeist thing, man. It'll go all into the whole Halliburton thing and all the conspiracy theories behind 9/11, all that stuff, right? Anyways, this is a whole nother thing, man. Like the bullet, you can see the trajectory. There's a this dude named Officer Tatum. He has a podcast. He's
I know who that is.
Black dude.
Yeah.
Used to be a cop.
Yeah, super Republican.
Yeah.
I know
Used to be a Democrat, you know, and he just had an awakening. So this is what his words, you know, and he talks about, he shows a 3D, it's like a AI rendering of what overhead aerial shot of, and then you can see the 3D scan of his head and how it's like this, and he turns his head and almost like it, boom, and it skims his ear, and he stays like that for 2 shots. 2 shots skimmed his ear, and then he started getting down, and then 2 more shots went by after he reacted.
One that injured somebody and killed somebody else.
Yes.
And, you know, it's the whole thing is just so, just the fact that he was up on top of a building 150 yards or whatever it was away to begin with is crazy.
Grab Nick in the back.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
And, you know, had that situation, had he not turned his head, dude, totally different conversation. Scary to even think about, you know?
Yeah, it is a wild situation.
That's the nature of the beast of the world that we live in now, man, where, like, I don't like to get involved in politics. I like to know enough.
For sure.
But if you if anybody out there knows somebody
dark
that
road, man.
well, not
it
only
takes you
that,
down a
dude,
dark
it reminds me
hell.
of the older man that's in his like late 40s to 50s that's still working in a kitchen at a restaurant. They're always mad.
Yeah.
Always. They're always angry. And that's what people that indulge in politics all the time, from my experience of knowing those, they're always mad about something, dude. Like, I would, if that's how it is, I'd rather be ignorant, honestly.
Yeah.
I would
for
rather
sure.
be ignorant and just have a little bit of peace of mind in my life.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, dude, left wing, right wing, like I said earlier, two different
Whatever
sides of the same
wings.
bird.
Yeah,
and,
man. We just got to find a way to get back to the America we were right after 9/11, dude. I mean,
you want to know what's going to have to happen? Unfortunately,
I know, man.
tragedy,
Dude.
tragedy.
And this is part of it, though. I really think that this could, start to gather some people together, man, and be like, hey, man, like,
To an extent,
yo,
but
this is an attack on us as America.
right. But
as
the
a-
difference
like-
is, it was by America.
We don't know that. There's some talks
Well, the
out
kid
there.
was American. Is what I'm
Yes,
getting
but
at.
there's talks out there that Iran was possibly behind some of this.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
Yeah.
And listen,
So that same guy,
people can say
Officer
that-
Tatum, posted that.
people can say that 9/11 was attack on America by America as well. But
100%.
But
yeah.
at the time,
Yeah.
nobody knew that.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's like all these things can be planted, now with
Yeah, absolutely.
AI bots and all
Well,
this stuff that we
just
have.
espionage in general.
That's man.
It's crazy.
That's
It
why
is
we
crazy.
got a
and
space force, bro.
It's scary, dude.
We have a space force, man.
Yeah, I mean, but dude, think about it. Like, how much do you really believe that we've been into space?
Dude,
I'll be honest with you. I
I-
don't think we went to the moon.
I think
And I
we
think we had
definitely
very good
well, we
reason to
have
lie
a
about
lot
it.
of satellites. I think the battles,
But the satellites aren't necessarily space.
right? It's
on-
out right
on the
outside
outer
of the
rim.
outer rim, but we do have satellites, a little bit further out there that can see further into space, right? And cameras and different things like that. Yes, you watched
What?
the Joe Rogan with the guy that said the moon landing was fake.
I don't know if I've seen that. I just I don't think
Man,
we went
it
there.
just makes you you need to listen to that guy. So I can't remember what his name
Well,
is.
people seem to forget, right? Like, when you look at the Cold War, okay? That, first of all, we didn't know this at the time, but Stalin and them were lying about their weapons, how many they had. Told us they had like 4,000 nuclear weapons. We put up that U-2 spy plane, find out, oh, it's not 4,000, it's 4. So it's a weapons race at that point. And then it's like, all right, well, the Russians are trying to send people into space.
Yeah. They
So
had
if we
cosmonauts,
can make
dude.
them believe,
Cosmonauts.
if we can make them believe we've been there first, and they'll think that we are more technology, we're advanced.
Superior, yeah.
And then
And
which
same
can
with
make them
China.
fear us.
Same with China too.
Yeah,
It was like
China,
China.
too.
Everybody
So
was all in the
it's
race.
very good reason for us to
So-
lie about going to space. And then it's like, or to the moon. And then it's like, how come we never went back? Oh, well, we destroyed all the technology, but you didn't keep records of it. It's just, I don't know. The whole thing is fishy to me. But yeah, it's, we didn't talk about combat sports at all today, but fuck it. It is what it is.
It's our podcast.
It was something to talk about. And, feel free to drop a comment on what you think might be going on. We're not judging anybody here. I don't give a damn if you're Democrat, Republican, Independent.
Yeah, but I definitely it was crazy, man. I don't think it was set up by Donald Trump. I mean, that would be like, God, dude, you have to really trust somebody with a
But
bullet,
plot
dude.
twist, if
You
it
gotta-
was, wow.
Like, right? Like, I mean,
wow.
dude, you're gonna like put your head. It's like, all right, turn your head now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then the
Like,
guy that's shooting, he
wow.
thinks he's going to get off or something. They're like, he doesn't know he's going to die.
Right?
That would be nuts. Right?
Like, yeah, we find out like he just like transferred over millions of dollars.
Yeah.
That's
then they
gonna come
kill him.
out, bro. What if that comes out? It's almost like how
We don't know what to believe.
It's almost identical to the Kennedy assassination.
Yeah.
The Kennedy assassination happens. The so-called shooter gets killed.
Yeah. Yeah. And before we go, one more thing. I forget what the name of this test was called, right? But they took black ants and they put them in a container.
Yeah.
And they took the red ants, they put them in a container. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Then you shake the container.
They don't know
all
who,
start attacking each other.
Yeah, they don't, because they don't know
black
who's
versus
who.
red.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing, dude. There's been so many experiments. There's been the monkey experiment. I forgot what that's called. They put monkeys in a room. They hung a banana from the ceiling. Okay, and these monkeys, after a amount of time, they figure out how to get to that banana. But when one gets to the banana, they all get shocked, and so it calms down for a minute. Right? All the monkeys get shocked. The other one goes to the banana. They get shocked. So after a while of doing that, it's the monkeys. They don't know why, but they just know that they aren't supposed to touch that banana. All right? After a while, they take monkeys out. They put in new monkeys. The new monkeys don't know the drill. They try to go up for the banana. The other monkeys kick its ass. Don't know why. They're not supposed to get the banana. They just know that they can't touch the banana.
Yeah.
You know, and that cycle can continue forever. And the new monkeys, and then it'll get to a point in time where there's none of the original monkeys are in the room, but they all know they're not supposed to touch the banana. It's just, you look at society and how governments and things like that, not just here, everywhere. And it's just, man, it makes you wonder, you know. We're all in that room to an extent, and there's a banana that we're not supposed to have. Yeah. You know. But anyways, I'm no philosophist, but
that's the word for the day.
That don't touch the banana, dude.
Don't touch the banana.
You'll get shot, bro.
Don't touch the hanging banana.
No
you're gonna get your
you.
ass beat by the other monkeys.
Yeah. So right before we get out of here, we do have New Breed this weekend. I'm gonna go up there and get some footage. I'm sure we have a lot of people competing.
A little small tournament.
I don't know. Locally. I don't know if it's gonna be like an embedded or something, but I'll definitely do like a video and we'll post it right here on the channel. If anything, so that people that competed can go back and pull some video of themselves or, you know, anything like that.
Yeah, little highlights.
Yeah. But I know you got a private, so
private lesson.
Let's get up on out of here.
All right, thank you guys. Thanks for locking in with us. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get this channel back up to 1,000. And yeah, man, appreciate you.
And hopefully, Kenny Florian next week. We're hoping that comes together.
Kenny. We just had a seminar with Kenny Florian. And, yeah, hopefully have him next week. I'm out of town, actually, next week. We got kids' pans.
Then next week or next week?
Excuse me. Wednesday to Monday, I'm out of town. So maybe it can be just you and Kenny, if possible.
Regardless, if he's down to do that, we can do that. Cool,
man. Yeah. All right. Anyways, thank you guys.
Appreciate you guys for locking in. Until next time.